Hello, I am Stephanie, the creative girl behind the designs. Welcome to my channel. If you're new to my channel, thanks for stopping by. And if you haven't already done so, I would truly appreciate it if you would subscribe to my channel and turn on your notification alerts so that you know when I post my next video. So from the last time I posted, it was before Mother's Day, and the day and the times just got away from me. So I'm getting back into it, and to kick that off, I am going to create a simple creative journal spread to document the Mother's Day event and the gifts, and the flowers and so forth. So I just kind of want to make basically a memory keeping type spread. So I wanted to showcase this one thing because it is it's pretty fabulous if you can't see it already. This is a painting that my daughter did for me, and it is a little canvas. I'm going to kind of swish it around the frame here. And if you recall, right now, Happy Planner has come out with their new Squad Goals or Squad Girls line. And I haven't had a chance to look at it yet, but it's just ironic that I had asked my daughter to paint this for me. And then within days, I had seen the notice that they'd come out with a new line. So I think it's fantastic. I hope to be able to pick up a few pieces. We'll see how that happens. But so anyhow, she created this off of one of the planner covers I love. I don't have that planner cover anymore. And it was one of my favorite, and it literally looked just like this. So, this is the discs. And then, of course, there's the telltale flowers. And so she made the little glasses. And, isn't that just adorable? So now I have this little canvas that I can put into my craft room and remind me of my favorite cover. So I just wanted to show that for you. So this is one of the things I have in my picture. So what I'm going to be doing, I'm just going to tuck this off to the side so I don't ruin it. Okay, so I have pulled out a few things. I have, of course, my Squad Goals sticker book because, the page will be based off of that. And then I also have this package of washi, which I also received as a gift. I don't know if I'll use any of it, but I just wanted to show it because, it has all these gorgeous florals in it, these moody florals in spring, and so it's just a beautiful package. And then I also have out a distressed ink, which I'm not sure if I'm going to do any stamping yet, but again, I'm just showing you what I have out. And this is Bundled Sage. I have a stamp, and I'm going to tuck these sticker books off to the side. I'm going to kind of tuck these off to the side too, just so that I'm not taking up my working space. And of course, here's my creative journal. And then this I got from my niece. I'll try and turn it sideways so you can see it. It is an adorable little teapot. I don't know if I'm getting it quite angled right. I don't want the plant to fall out. There you go. So there's an adorable little teapot she gave me, and it has like this pretty little African violet plant in it. So that's going to be a cute addition to my office as well. So I'm just kind of showing all my fun little stuff that I received. And so what I'm going to do is pull out the page that I'm going to use. And if you recall, if you follow my channel, I am doing my creative journal. I'm keeping the months in the currently page, but then in between that, I'm kind of inserting all these Happy Planner papers, and then I'll do, spreads off of that. So I think as I was looking at my photo, I took a photo, used my Canon selfie to print it off, and I have a photo of the flowers that I received from my husband, and then also a picture of the gifts. And I have the full picture, but I was a little upset. It didn't quite print right. So down here, you can't really tell, but it's a cannoli. Part of my gift from my niece, I received some little desserts, and they were some cannolis and 2 chocolate-covered strawberries, but needless to say, those are gone already. Those are not going to hang along very long. So that's what's down here. And then up here is this pretty purple and pink cup. It says Best Mom Ever. but that kind of got cut off in the picture, but I'll be able to make note of that in other places. So these are my 2 photos. And I'm thinking, as I was matching up some ideas, I was thinking of these 2 papers. One is a paper from Supermom, and then another paper was the Planner Babe paper. And that was because I had sort of this sage green. So I think, and of course I have plain papers, but I don't want to use those all. So I think I'm going to use the mom paper. So let me pull that out. And then again, as I did with the other thing, I'm going to tuck this aside. Okay, so what I'm going to be doing is, I think what I'm going to do is kind of do something like this. And then I was going to use my stamp to stamp up here, but then I was debating, did I want to do that or did I want to hand letter it? I do like the script of this stamp. So if I do that though, I wouldn't be able to use the green because I don't know that it would show through enough. So I've just pulled out my little tin of my miniature distress inks. I have bigger ones, but sometimes I just use up the little ones. So I think I'm going to pull out the black. As I said, if I do this, I don't think the green's going to show in here unless I do it some other way. So I'm going to go ahead and tuck that aside. And then, so the stickers, I have pulled out stickers. I've marked pages for the squad goals that kind of fit with this theme. And I was thinking of, different ways I could use them. And I think what I want to do is I'm going to take the 2 photos. As I said, I'm going to kind of just angle these in here. And to do that, I'm just going to use my Tombow Mono adhesive dots. They seem to work for me better than the actual tape. And really all I'm going to do is, I was just thinking, they're very square. So I have the option of either rounding it or giving it a little more of a decorative edge. So I like that this paper's lined because I'll be able to write on it. I can journal out a little memory. But I think what I'm going to do for the actual picture to have it not so square is I think I'm going to round this. So let me grab that. Okay, so I just pulled out my We Are Memory Keepers, which is really We Are Makers now. And this is the quarter and half-inch punch. You just flip it around. So I think I'm going to round these corners off a bit. Let's try the quarter first. Just to make it not so square. And you just tuck the photo or paper into it. Doesn't always grab it, and sometimes I just use scissors to finish the job. I find it usually will happen with photos more than paper. And I may need to do something to sharpen this a bit. Okay, so I went ahead off camera and I just kind of trimmed these down a bit. And the other thing was that as I was doing this, I was thinking of the different ways I was going to set this up, and I'm going to use these little squares, I think, to put on the side but list out what was in the photo. So for the moment, just so I can get my orientation set up, I'm going to go ahead and get these on the paper. All right, so this one I was planning on putting down here, and I don't think I'm going to add, because I have the color at the top, I don't think I'm going to add any type of washi down the side or anything of that nature. So let me just make sure I get this. This is going to be really the deciding photo as to how I do other things. So I'm going to get this one down. And then I'm going to go ahead and get this one set up. All right, let's see. I think it went this way. Okay, so this one here I'm going to kind of put up more into the header. I don't want to cover it too much, but at the same time, I want to make sure that I leave enough room to write. All right, so my photos are down, and I'm looking to do, I also marked, because of course, I want to put in the, let me find them for you, these pretty florals here. I'm going to kind of scatter throughout. And I liked these because they really kind of match the colors pretty well within the Supermom paperwork, or paper, filler paper, I should say. So I will definitely be using some of those. And then I had these here that I was considering. And then, of course, there's the little grass. I don't think I'm going to add that here, but it's adorable, little grass, which I could have used in another project, but it is what it is. So what I'm going to do first is let me get to the bigger, here we go, the bigger boxes. And as I contemplate which ones I'm going to use, I'm going to go ahead and get a stamp set up. All right, so let me get this. I was going to write, but you know what? I think I just like the script better. And the downfall, as you know, with a block stamp is that, you know, it can go sideways really fast. It may not be straight, but that's okay. I mean, it's not breaking the bank if it's not straight. So let me go ahead and get this inked up pretty well. And I think I was originally thinking of something in the middle, but I don't know if I have enough space now. Okay, that turned out good. Turned out better than I thought it would, actually. I thought for sure I was crooked, but yay, I wasn't. So I'm gonna clean off my stamp really quick. And I do have these supplies on, I don't have the stamp on the blog, but this is Hampton Art Stamp Cleaner. It's for the block stamps. And I clean all of my stamps just because they can start to look really bad after a while. They'll dry out. I just try and take care of my stamps is all. And then also too, the reason I haven't really been online is just because I've been so crazy busy doing some things well, both for personally and then also on the blog. And I've done a lot of changes on the blog. If you want to check it out, I would totally appreciate that. And I have set up, you know, I've got a new logo working and some new colors. I have some new minimal style printables that are available in the shop that is linked to the blog. I also changed around the menu a bit so you can find easier the things you're looking for. So definitely check it out for me. I would totally appreciate you doing that, and then coming back, let me know what you think about it, or, you know, things maybe you'd like to see. But that was taking up an enormous amount of time. And it just, you know, I had to get it done. It was just something I had to do. And so I just, you know, bit the bullet and focused in and got it done. But I do love how it's coming out. I have so much more I'm doing for it and adding in. So yeah, I mean, I guess I would just love for you to check it out and see what you think. And let me know what you love, what you don't love. And, you know, I can't take everything into account, but I do appreciate your thoughts and comments on it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get the boxes in. So I have two, and let me start first by saying, so the back of this paper is going to give me a lot of space to really write out memories if I want to. This is more like kind of like a quick journal, I would say. So I want to make sure that I grab boxes that complement the colors in the header. So I think what I'm going to do is I am liking, because I don't want to do, I'm not sure what this is, like an orange. I don't really want to do an orange. I want to kind of keep it on the either purple and pink or pink and green. So I think I'm going to grab the pink and the green. I guess it's like teal. It's not really green. Okay, so these two I want to put on the bottom. And actually I'm going to end up going over, let me cut this now. So each of these boxes, one says errands and one says remember, but I don't need those headers in there. So I'm just going to go ahead and just trim them off. And then this one I'm going to put probably down here. So this one I'm going to put here, and then I'm going to go ahead and take this header off, because what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the name of the individual who, so one will be my daughter, and then one will be my niece, and then my husband's will be up here. You know, it's just one of those things where I want to kind of list out the things. And again, the things are not that important. It's more just, you know, you look back at things and you're like, you know, oh, I don't really remember that. Or, you know, you might remember like a specific gift. So for example, this cup, which I'll print on another photo, I'll probably put that on the back. But that was a really adorable cup my daughter gave me. So things like that, I don't want to forget things like that. So for these, I want to edge them with a flower. And I'm looking at one of these individual ones. Only problem is there's not a single blue or a teal one. And I apologize if I'm off camera. Every time I check myself, I'm like not where I'm supposed to be. So, and I am going to just edge this box. And I may trim it as opposed to try and angle it the way I want it. So I think I'm going to try and do this. Okay. It's like performing surgery. So this one is just like a little plant. Okay. I wanted to use one of these. Yeah, because this is too dark. I think I'm going to go with this one. But I think I'm going to put this one here. Now I'm debating if I want to cut this off before I put that down. I think I'm going to leave it like that for now. All right, and then I do want to put the date in there. The unfortunate thing about the squad goals is they didn't really seem to have too many boxes. You know, like you have the colorful boxes. There wasn't too many of those. And I think while I've got the sticker book out, I'm going to kind of do both sides, because what I plan to do, as I said, is I'm going to just kind of do a little journal of sorts, and then on the back I'll do the full memory. So I am going to take all these little flower strips and I'm just going to kind of run them down the side here. All right, so I'm going to keep that there. And I don't think I'm going to cover that. But I do like, let me jump around here just so I get in everything I want. So there's these tiny little blooms on here. I'm going to take those and I'm just going to kind of scatter them up here. Some you can see clearly, it just really depends on where on the page I'm putting it, over what color. Okay, just something to kind of give it a little floral look up there as well. And then let me go back here. And I'm going to use these little sprigs of grass, I guess you'd call them. And the reason is because on Mother's Day, I had, my husband and I had gone outside and we had gone through and done some gardening and done some much needed pruning. And so I kind of am going to be talking about that on this page here. I won't get to writing that today. I'm just letting you know what I'm doing with it. So that's what I'm setting this up for. And then I'm going to take this little piece of grass that's left over and I'm going to keep it. Because you never know when you'll use it. I'm going to take this banner and I'm going to bring it up here. Just because I'm going to list out what it was we did. And, all right, now we've got my, I feel like it's still sticking a bit, but I'll worry about that later. All right, so I'm going to bring over here still some flowers. And I think what I want to do, there are these bunches. It looks like there's 3 together. So I'm just finding the orientation I want to use. All right. And then I want to put it at the top of the photo. So I'm just going to take a piece of it and I'm going to tear it in half. Okay. And then I'm going to put one on this photo. So kind of like, you know, like Washi holding the photo. I just don't want to cover too much of the photo. So I'm going to do this. And then I'm going to take the smaller piece because I had done this up here. I knew I wasn't going to have a lot of room. So let me just grab this little guy. And I'm going to put this one up here. Just to kind of give it a little look like the, and this one you can't see as much, but that's okay. I just wanted to give it something that made it look like it was Washi holding the photo on. Let me slip this back. So I still need to get over here. Okay, so I just pulled out a few markers. All right, so what I want to do is mark above the box who or what the name of the person that gave it to me. So I'm going to fill that in now. Okay, so I wrote the first one and I wasn't as happy with the pen result. I do like those pens, they're just, I wasn't as happy with it. So what I did was I went and pulled out 2 Tombow twin tone pens. Again, I don't think I'll fix that one, but I'm going to use this for the second one. Okay. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is get in up here just a small date. I'm going to use my Micron 01 just so that I have something in here that designates what the date was. So we are looking at May 14th. All right, so what I'm going to do is leave this as it is. I think I'm finished with it in the sense that I don't want to, you know, as you're putting together your pages, you know, add this, fix that, tweak this. I have a really bad habit of doing this, and then I would just keep going and keep going. And I just need to learn to know when to stop. And I think this is probably a good point to stop. So I think for now that I like the way it came out, and I'm going to say enough is enough and it's good enough, and that I don't want to do anything more to it for my creative journal. And so I hope I have inspired you to do something creative today and every day, and that you do something creative that will create your beautiful life, one page at a time, whether it be a plan or, a creative journal page. And that I hope it's inspired you to create a Mother's Day memory page in honor of your Mother's Day. And that I also hope that all of the moms out there had a wonderful Mother's Day with their families. And I thank you for watching.